Hello, everyone. Welcome to So What 60. I am in my studio and I am here with a friend. She doesn't want to be on camera, but the name of her business is Hair Hugs by Natasha. And we are working on a merchandise for our show. We have been this Friday and Saturday. It's in Orlando, and it's for women. And we have been upcycling denim belts out of jeans, and we've been having a blast. It's just taken a long time. These are one of a kind pieces. Some of you saw me do them on stream. I showed you three different ones, and I have one more that I need to finish. And I don't think you saw this one on stream. I'm gonna hold it up so that you can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to decorate. So that's that, and then that's the back of it, and then I am going to embellish this. Oh, and by the way, I designed this choker too that goes with this little set here. So we are doing finishing touches like that. And again, you saw me working on some of the pieces on stream, and I showed you what they look like. And we haven't created much more than that because they take quite some time to do by the time we figure out what it is that we want. So welcome. We have some patriotic ribbon we were thinking about using for something, and then I have one that is made from a denim pant that is this kind of not really tie-dye. I don't want to call it tie-dye because it's not tie-dye, but you can kind of see what it looks like. And what I'm doing, I found this hat at the thrift shop, and while I think it's a cute sunflower, some people would say, oh, I like that sunflower, why are you going to cover that up? I'm covering it up because I want it to go with the denim belt that I'm making to go with it. So I took the brim and I actually cut a pattern I made a pattern of the brim so that I could cut the fabric to go on the brim part. And this is really hard, so there's no real sewing through this. So I'm going to have to stitch this myself by hand. I'm gonna see if I can pull up my chat because I'm not able to see my chat right now. This is all new to me, streaming live. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see if I go home. Am I frozen? Oh, great, great, great. I thought I might have been frozen, but I'm trying to get to the chatting. Okay, I see it now. Uh-oh, let me turn my volume down. Okay. Are you gonna be using this for a belt? Yes. Hey, Shadow Hawk, what up? What up? What up? So this is a new thing. We're in the studio and we've got gadgets and gizmos galore. Welcome to the chat. So, do you still have an echo? Oh, LOL. Okay, Little Mermaid. Okay, great. Because I turned my phone down. Because I have my phone so that I could read the chat without having to continuously look at the screen. Hey, check out my pencil sharpener. This is ancient and it works great. They don't make them like that anymore. Okay, so back to the hat. So what I'm working on is I already used my pattern to cut the brim of the hat, and then I cut slits. I'm going to take it apart just a little so that you can see how I cut slits in the top, because I'm going to actually mold this and sew it to the hat. So that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm going to cover, because if you look closely, you can see the rim and still see some of the sunflower. I don't want any of that sunflower to show. I almost thought about doing a binding, a bias binding around the edge, but I think I can sew it by hand and cover that up. I'll show you what it looks like. So, and then once I pin this, I could have been using my little clips, because I do have clips. I have to start using my resources, because that would be a lot easier than trying to pin. And look at my cute little pin cushion for my wrist. I think I'm gonna put it on. And by the way, if my hand looks swollen, I got bit 2 days ago by fire ants, and my entire left hand puffed up like a pastry puff, and it was itching so badly. I had said I wasn't going out. It had been raining that day. I got dressed quick, fast, in a hurry, and went and got some Benadryl, and then I was knocked out because I took two Benadryl, because the itching was absolutely insane. Oh, thank you. You're glad I'm okay. What is Studio 720? Studio 720 is the name that Natasha, Hair Hugs by Natasha, came up with. And we both came up with when we collaborate and work together. Because it's not quite Hair Hugs by Natasha, and it's not quite my label name, which is Elvatanza. So together, collaboratively, we are Studio 720. And I'm going to try to make some labels to go in our skirts, because again, we've been designing these together and working on them diligently together. So we want both of us to be recognized. Isn't that your Etsy store? Yes, it is. I think, is it Studio 720?
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. It might be. I don't know. I have so many names. Maybe that should be my business, coming up with names for stuff, because I have a lot of different names. So, but this denim, these denim jeans had a little stretch to them, so it's easy to kind of mold this a little. I may have to put an ease stitch around the edge of it to make it curve, so that it's not so big. And we could, I pretty much don't like hot gluing a lot of stuff. I did hot glue parts of my tie, because like I told you in the stream, it was for me. But most of the time when I'm creating stuff to sell, I stitch it by hand. All of the belts have been stitched by hand, and they're one of a kind. We may use pieces that are the same, like an applique that might be the same, but it's going to be a totally different look. So when we go to sell these, the people are getting an original. And the jeans kind of help us to decide what we want to come up, the design that we come up with. We use the stitching details on the pieces to kind of help come up with the design, and then we just play around with fabric and to see what we like and what we don't like, and it comes together like that. That's what takes so long. The process of doing that takes a lot of time. So it's a process that we like. Natasha's sitting working on a black belt from a pair of faded black jeans that we purchased, and we've been working on that for a couple of days, so it'll be interesting once it's finally done. I'm happy that you guys could join my chat, and we're working behind the scenes to create content for my YouTube channel, Teaching Sewing, where you'll be able to, if you're a beginner, middle, I'll probably start with beginners though, because usually those are the ones who really want to learn how to sew. And that's what I did, teaching high school and middle school for the public school system. I'm excited for the YouTube stuff because I need beginner help with sewing. LOL. Hey, you'll be able to learn so much, and I'll try not to skip things, because sometimes when you tend to have sewn for a while, you forget that you might leave out a detail or something like that that somebody else might not know. And my students used to tell me all the time, well, that's easy for you because you've been sewing for a long time. And then when I thought about it, it's like, they're right. But again, certain things are second nature when you've been sewing for a while. I should have really eased this around, like the edge. And when I say ease, what that means is you take the fabric and you loosen the stitch on your machine, and you actually do a stitch around the edge to make it curve. When you set in a sleeve, you're going to ease around the cap. You're going to learn that term in beginning sewing a lot. You're going to ease around the edge, and see, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to cover up this edge here. And this is the part where the vision is in my head, and I can't wait to see it come to life and start actually embellishing. So that's the part I really love with doing projects like this. And then the other problem is that we always want what we've made. We don't want to sell it. But that defeats the purpose. That defeats the purpose. This has a bunch of pins in it. It would have been a lot easier. Sometimes being lazy will cost you more time, because had I traced around the edge and put an ease stitch on, I probably would have this already pinned down. But no, I did not do that. So it's taken me a little bit longer to pin it. But that's okay. That's quite okay. In fact, when I stitch it by hand, I'm going to ease that in a little. And For anybody that would, this is just one area in my studio. It's not the whole studio. So one day I will give you a tour. Do you want me to change your category to the crafting category? Sure. If you don't mind doing that, that would be great. So that we could have some people in the stream, because I really think this is cool. I've never covered a hat like this before, so this is all trial and error. Because usually when I make hats, especially the bucket hat, I make it from scratch, from fabric. But I found these hats at Goodwill, and they were new with tags, and I thought they would be great to do something with. Actually, one of them I'm doing from the anime. I'm using the hat as it is, and then I'm sketching and painting the anime on a jacket for my niece. And so that's what I'm going to do with one of the hats that I purchased. And then I'll show you another one that I found that I think I'm a tea dye. It's so cute. So I think I'm a tea dye this so that it's tan and brown all over as opposed to white and black. Because I have a denim belt that I'm gonna make for myself. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Reba. That's so nice. That is so nice. I thought it was cute. I thought both of these hats were cute. Like I said, if I was into sunflowers, then maybe I would have left this one. But the vision was for this to coordinate with the belt that I've just about finished. I've got to do some work on it. I made a cargo pocket on the side. It's asymmetrical, and it has pearls and hand beaded bridal lace on it. It's really pretty. And again, that was something different that we played around with. Natasha actually came up with the idea of how we place the lace on that one. So as I said, we collaborate on these projects, and it goes under our name. So now you can see that it's completely pinned up, but I'm gonna have to move it a little. Can you see in the corner there? Right there is kind of peeking through, and I need that to be all the way up in the corner. So I got a little ambitious, so I'm gonna have to take that out. Like I said, it's trial and error, and maybe I should have stitched this first so that it wouldn't move, but I didn't. So we're gonna go with what I have and pull that closer, because I want the top part, I want that to be completely on. So see, I moved it. I moved that up. But now I've got to fix the bottom. See how that black is showing? So hopefully I have enough. Ooh, it's not looking too promising. I really got to pull that over. But again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so next time maybe I will allow more fabric on the inside. Another way I could have addressed this is to put, I could have put the bias binding on the edge. I could have cut a piece from the denim and put that around the edge. So that's what I have done and what I have decided. Now this side is a little bit smaller than the other side, so I'm going to pull that over a little. And then on this other side, I'm going to make that smaller, because now the other side is a little bit bigger and I don't want it to look bigger. I want it to be uniform, so I'm gonna fold that in a little bit more and then repin that. It's really easy actually sticking the pins in the denim. So that's what it looks like from the front so far. And then what I did, I just took a piece of the denim leg and I made the top part. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to stitch this first because I don't want this to move. So I'm going to stitch that, and yeah, I'm going to stitch that. I'm going to cut this little bit off in this corner. Make that smaller. And then I'm going to stitch it, start stitching the top down, and then the underneath part, I'm going to stitch that down. Oops. So I'm going to go around the top part of the brim, and I'm just doing a back stitch, picking up the thread, and then I'm going to put my pins back in my little peep. And I bought that from Joann's before their closing. I know the Joann's probably by you guys have already closed. We have 4 more days for our Joann's, and then it'll be gone. But they still have a lot of merchandise and stuff. Some of the stuff really isn't that much of a bargain. So you've got to really know what you're looking for. Could you bring me some white thread when you come? So, is this at your studio? Yes, this is my studio, and I'm streaming from my antiquated iPad. Well, it's not that antiquated because I have Wi-Fi on my iPad. Thank you very much. Hey, All About Glam, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome into the stream. I am upcycling a denim hat that I found at Goodwill, and I am going to create a tie to go with it to match I'm creating a whole look so that I could style it for our show this Friday and Saturday that is happening in Orlando. I don't have all of the details, but it's for women. Ouch, I keep sticking myself. Maybe I should do the bottom first. What y'all think? How close to affiliate are you? I'm so happy you're streaming today. Me too. After today, I will need 3 more. I'm going to put the hat down so that I can stop sticking myself. But after today, I will need, thank you.
My pleasure.
I will need 3 more streams, I believe, to make affiliate. So I will most probably go live tomorrow too. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. No, tomorrow's my regular stream. So I'm going to work on something in my So What studio tomorrow. And then maybe I'll stream from the event or something like that. Let's go. Yes. Yep. Do the bottom. Oh, to stop from sticking myself. Yeah. That would be smart. But like I said, this is all trial and error. And because the brim is so styled, it's I can't sew this on the machine. It would be difficult to sew this on the machine. So I do a lot. I love handwork. I do a lot of handwork with my pieces. And if I cover that bustier over here, it would be a lot of handwork as well. And I was thinking about doing lace around, the lace really looks really pretty with that choker and the top part of the bustier, just to add a little bit more dimension to it. Are you gonna do a party when you hit your goal? Hey, that would be fun to do a party. Yeah, maybe I'll do a party. I was inspired by Grace's wedding with all the beautiful colors, pastel colors, and I think that would be a great party. Do some mocktails and just have a blast. So that could be something that I plan. We did mocktails. Well, some people. Shadowhawk forgot his mocktail. Oh, wait a minute. He did have a mocktail. I think he had a mocktail. We should get you an overhead setup for that space too. Love the extra room that you have there. Yeah, what I did, my table here, I bought so that it would be mobile. I purchased two, I think they're 6 foot tables by almost 30 inches wide. I bought two of those and butt them together so that I could cut and I could work on the space and have a lot of room to work. So that's what I did. I think I'm gonna clip this down and fold that under. Now some of this hot gluing, I'm not gonna lie, would be really quick and easy. Glam says she loves that your sleeves match your hat trim. Nyla has her phone, so she can't respond. Thank you. My outfit today was I need to get down to the studio really quickly. So I threw on my black jeans, and then I needed a top, and I said, oh, I tried on like 2 different tank tops, and then I threw on this top, and I was like, oh, great. I'll wear my butterfly rhinestone hat with it. So that's how I got dressed. That's how I get dressed a lot. So don't always feel, for anybody who doesn't really care to get all dressed up, you can throw on cute, if you got cute pieces, you can make it look like you spent a lot of time thinking about what you're gonna wear. But I didn't. It probably took me a half an hour to decide and get dressed. Nyla says, yay, Gma. Hi, Nyla. Gma loves you. Can't wait to see you. So now at the top, I can take these pins out of the top, and I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to get one of my designs, because I think like I haven't done a lot of my designs on stream. So hold that thought, and I'm going to grab one of my favorite pieces.
Looks like 2.
The peanut gallery said it looks like 2. But I'm going to come over here so you can see. This is one of my wedding gowns that I designed. I actually draped the pieces on my dress form. All of this is hand sewn, like I'm sewing this hat, and the lace on the side I pieced together, and then there's a skirt underneath, and then the sides I pieced the lace together and hand sewed the lace on that, and the bottom. And so this is it has like a corset tie in the back, and a belt that goes around the waist of the dress. And then for the reception, it came off, but I'll show you. For the reception, there's a little short skirt that could be worn with the top, so that it's a short dress now, so that you don't have to worry about, oh, I need to get someone to bustle my dress. And then the train attaches to the back here, right in through here. So I'll have to show you a picture of it. It's very pretty on. So if anybody's looking, this is about a size 6 or 8. This is for sale. I have it for sale. Beautiful 4-piece, and it's the only one I designed. I did not make 2 of these. This is an original, and it's 4 pieces. And so if you're interested, contact me and we can make it happen. We can make this happen for you. And you wouldn't have to worry about anybody else having your design. I'll be right back. Okay, so I couldn't be partial. I have to show you one of my little bitty baby pieces that I designed. And I made that flower and the bow in the back. So that's one of my children's pieces. So that was my commercial. So that was my commercial. Can't believe you hand sewed all of that lace. Yes, all of the lace was hand sewn. Incredible. For us newbies, can you explain what bustle the dress means? Bustle means like when the train is really long. For the reception, what they'll do is figure out different locations to either pull the dress up from the inside so that it's not, the train isn't dragging the floor, so that they could dance at the reception. Or sometimes what they'll do, they'll also put I put hooks on the outside. I figure out how it looks and create a design based on where I want the dress to be pulled up and hooked for the reception. So it's primarily for the reception. So that's what bustling means. Gotta have room to twerk. What size how much is that blue dress? The little blue dress it was $200 and it is on sale for $150. It is on sale for $150, and again, it's a one of a kind. I only did one of those little. Actually, I did it in a different color for a wedding, but that particular one in blue. That's the only one I did in blue. So it's a 3T. It is a 3 toddler. That's what size it is. Haha. I guess that's the whole point. What size is the waist? I don't know what size the waist is. Usually a 3T. I'm not certain. We'll get that measurement for you. My assistant that doesn't want to be on camera is going to measure the waist. Oh, that was a movie quote. What movie? All around.
About 20.
Yeah, it's about, the waist is about 20, but what movie? Oh, Rush Hour. They actually asked what size it was in the movie? Good. I'm glad Glam Gal doesn't know that either, because I do not know that. I did not know that. Amateur movie watchers. We'll be that. We will be that. I bet Natasha didn't know that either. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
No, she didn't know it either, so I don't feel bad.
Child, I watch TV.
That was a movie. That's not TV. That was a movie.
Wow. Ooh.
That was a movie.
Yeah, okay. I probably slept knowing that.
Rush Hour 2, when Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan had to get a change of clothing and went into the store with Jeremy, what is that? Piven? Piven, is that how you say it? I don't remember that scene. I'd have to go back and rewatch it. Okay, all right. So I got the top part sewn down. Now I'm gonna do this brim so I could take all of these stitches out. I think I'm gonna tack this though. Actually, I think I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna tuck that under, and then I'm going to stitch it. I know some people hate handwork. That was a conversation Natasha and I had. When she makes her hair wraps, she says she doesn't do a lot of handwork other than sometimes having to do the closure for them. But with creating clothing, you definitely gonna do some handwork, whether it's hemming or sewing a zipper, tacking down the hooks for a zipper, doing some thread loops. And for those who don't, it was a classic scene. Or you're doing some thread loops. Thread loops are done at the hemline to keep the layers from shifting too much in a gown or a wide leg pant. And so I think you know what? I am sewing backwards. Don't do that. It's easier to sew away from you. If you're sewing towards you, you're sewing backwards. And sometimes that happens, but it'll take you much longer to stitch if you stitch towards yourself as opposed to away from yourself as you're stitching. So that's a little secret that I teach when I'm teaching beginners how to sew. I'm so happy you guys could join me on my stream. Because sometimes I go in here at the studio and I just get in work mode, and sometimes I'll have music going and I'll just be sewing until it's time to go. I'm trying to think what movie where he says, "Whoop, time to go." Do you remember what movie that's from? I can't think of what movie that's from. Is just, I remember that line. It's like, "Oop, time to go." Let's. He's got some fire to him. I like that. Oh, okay. I'm so sad right now that they didn't know that scene. I'm sure when we're all together, you will point out that scene for us. Yes, you will. I wish I could stitch this on the machine. I really do. I've seen a lot of people doing these upcycles where they're doing a whole lot of gluing, and ain't no shame if that's what you can do, then you do you. But when I'm selling something, I want it to be sewn and sewn nicely, because I'm so afraid of stuff falling apart like that that's glued. I remember gluing a hair bow for my daughter, and we were at church, and all of a sudden I looked up and saw that her little hair bow was nothing but a silver clip with no bow on it. I'm like, what happened to her bow? It had fallen off. Oh, Shadowhawk said, haha, challenge accepted. Oh my goodness. Next time I do my live, we'll have some music going. Get some music in the background. I'll have my mic on. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I did not I did not bring my headphones or my little wireless mics. I picked them up and then I put them down because I didn't think I was going to. Oh, good. I didn't think I was going to be on stream today. So this is actually nice to be able to stream from here, because I never know with the Wi-Fi here if I'm going to be able to stream. But usually the front part of my studio is pretty cool as far as streaming. Oh, is that another movie quote? Hear you loud and clear, kid. Now I know one. Am I coming in clear? How about that one? Who knows what that one is from? Mother, I say, am I coming in clear? Oh my goodness. This is where I need my little clips, because I think I'm going to do little. This is trial and error. It's going around this brim is not the easiest. I might need a smaller needle. Let me see. Is that a shorter?
Sure.
Yeah, this is a shorter needle. This will work better. See, sometimes you can have your needle size. I don't know if you can see that where the black thread is. It's a little bit shorter. So I'm going to switch to that needle because I'll be able to maneuver it better as I'm trying to pick up thread on this curved brim. So I'm going to put my needle in my peep. I thought he was just so cute. Okay. There's got to be, and you know what? An easier way would have been. Next time I'll do that. An easier way would have been to stitch two of these together and then join it right back here. That would have been the smart thing to do. But again, like I said, this is my first time doing this, and it's always trial and error. So that's what I'm doing. I may redo it, who knows? Because it's gonna take me quite some time to get around this curve, trying to squeeze. But I think if I do an overcast stitch, that would be better. I'm trying to do what is like a hidden stitch. We got to do a movie marathon. Yes, yes we do. I'm gonna send you a pic of how Ma and Glam will have to be. Okay. Alrighty. In sad news, my neighbor, who is an artist here, has a studio in this little complex. Somebody hijacked one of her paintings. Oh, I see what you're doing. I thought you were cutting the design off the hat. No, I'm covering the design because I don't like the design for my purpose. And I'm not gonna take it apart. So I'm working on the brim part on the bottom. And I guess I could have used some fabric glue, but this way it's washable and it's not gonna fall apart. So I'm sewing this part around here. That's what I'm working on right now. And I'm not loving the way this is looking, so I'm gonna fix it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It must look flawless. Which reminds me of, there was a time I was working on a flower girl dress, and I realized the inside, I thought it looked good, LOL. I was skipping like some spaces and it wasn't completely coming out the way I wanted to look, so I just, I didn't take the whole thing out. I'm just taking one little spot out that wasn't being stitched properly. So I'm threading my needle again. What I like about working here in the studio, during the day, the light is so nice in here. I have my front windows, which bring in a lot of sunlight. They bring in a lot of sunlight, but they don't damage my clothing. And that's what I love. There's enough of an overhang where my clothing doesn't get damaged. And then these back windows bring in light too, so it makes it really nice to design. Nyla loves your sparkly purple, oh, water bottle. Oh, I love it too, Nyla. I needed some water. It was gifted to me by Reaper. And it's in my colors. So it took me that long to to thread this needle. Okay, so here we go again. I'm gonna put a little knot at the end. And you know how to knot, right? You just wrap it around your finger and twirl it, and then it creates a little knot at the end. You could do that, or you could stitch it twice in the thread, in the fabric, and that'll knot the thread as well. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think this needle is gonna work a whole lot better. So just like machines have different needle sizes, some hand sewing for different techniques have different size needles. Oh wow, she has a good memory then. Nyla told me that Auntie Drea made the water bottle. Oh. I don't think she made it, but she did purchase it. So Natasha, they could hear you. How's your project over there going?
Oh, it's going.
It's going?
It's going.
Do you want to show what? Can you show me, pass me what you're working on so that I can show it on stream?
Okay. Oh no, it's pinned in the back.
Okay.
We're watch your pins. Don't get stuck.
Okay. So this is one of the upcycle belts, and then that's the front, and those are pearls and rhinestones that we've glued and sewn on, and then this is the back that she's working on, trying to come up with the design for the back. So that's what it's looking like
Right now.
right now. Here you go.
Okay.
So that's what she's over there working on. Oh, that is dope. Oh, thank you. Tell her, I gotta go back up. Aw, Auntie Drea said, aw, tell her I love her and she's my favorite niece. And thank you. We will take that compliment about it being dope. And I wish you could see this one. Maybe when I stream tomorrow, I'll show what this hat is going to go with. Because that one is pretty, it's different than the other ones. In fact, it's the lightest one that color-wise that we've done. I feel like this is gonna take me forever stitching, because I can't, it's so hard. I can't get the needle in like a angle. It's more the angle, it's not the fabric, because I can go through the fabric pretty easily. It's angling the needle. Probably when I get around the other part of the brim, it'll be a lot easier. So it's just taking a little while longer to get around there. But in the meanwhile, ouch, what I'm going to do, I can see someone rocking that. That hat matches the bustier on the dress form. It really does. Oh, that would have been cute. Oh, you mean like that? Oh, so you're saying I should leave it like this and the two-toned? I can see someone rocking that together if you add some bling to the hat. You mean once it's covered, or with the cow print and the sunflower? let's see how that, I guess it is kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of cute. And the sunflower, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thought. And, but look, this is what would go really cute with it. Let me show you. Say, how you like me now? Can you see? That's kind of cute. May have to do that. Add some bling to it. Because there are people that love sunflowers.
True.
They really, really do. So maybe we'll do that. That's a good suggestion. I think we may take your suggestion. So on that note, I guess I gotta keep sewing the bottom part. And then, if I'm leaving that part, I could've left the part showing at the edge.
Too late.
Not really, I could fold it under. But it looks nice with the denim. So I'll keep sewing. Yeah, I'll keep sewing it. I think I've come up with a different way to stitch it. I just don't want to leave big gaps. So that's what I'm trying to avoid as I'm stitching it down on the inside. And I think once I get to the curved part, it's going to be a lot easier to get my needle through. You know what else would have been easy? Like I said, to sew that.
Slide it in like a pillowcase.
But that's okay. I'm gonna suffer through this. This is how you learn, and then you figure out next time, okay, I'm not doing it that way next time. Next time I'm gonna do it this way. That's the whole thing about crafting. And speaking of which, when someone is in the factory, when you design a garment and it goes to the factory, they sew a garment, a sample garment, because they have to figure out the best way to stitch that garment. I think, you know what, I might just, I don't know if I like the way this is coming out on the inside. I might make that pillowcase, but then you know what, then it won't have that curve in here. Nah, I'm just gonna keep doing it this way.
Oh, it's not a stretch. Is it stretching it?
There is stretch in it, but I don't think it's gonna mold. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not gonna mold like I want it to mold. So
Just keep swimming.
just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Okay, we finished with these.
So are you gonna sew that?
I don't know.
The thread, the machine is in black back there.
No, I'm just.
But I
The zip.
I think the zipper probably should be by
For that.
itself because that'll be too bulky to leave
It's
that
just too
fabric.
thick.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think it'll be too bulky.
It's gonna pop out. And then to go over that, that's a lot.
And I know I just told, I'm contradicting myself. I'm trying to see if it would be easier to stitch this a different way, like coming towards me, because trying to get around that curve, I just can't get the proper angle stitching it, so I'm hoping that maybe going this way I might be able to.
Okay, we'll put this in the back. I don't know if we need it, but we'll hold on to it.
I think this is gonna work a lot better, actually going backwards. So, I guess sometimes it might be better to work towards you. And in this case, that's what it's seeming like. So, that's what I'm going to do. So are you guys able to, this is for a show you are doing on Friday? Yes, Friday and Saturday. So yes, tomorrow is the final day for us to work on some of these projects. Oh, and I gotta show this. This is really cute too. This is a denim flower that I made. I had seen on Instagram, and it's made from the inside of, like, taking a piece of scrap denim, cutting it, and then sewing it in a circle, and then I'm gonna put a button in the center and finish the back off with a cover and put a pin, and then you'll be able to wear it like a pin on a blazer, on a jacket or something. So I had fun with that. I love when I see creative things like that, and I like to try to create it and see what it looks like. And it really didn't take that long to do that, and it was just scraps of denim, and it was the reverse side of the denim fabric too. So that's what made it really cool. And if you remember, we talked about, if you were in the stream, the Met Gala stream, and all of the jackets that had pins on them, these are the types of brooches and pins that are popular now on jackets, to add your own personality and flair to a denim jacket or a blazer. Even, I would say, even if your dress has a lapel on it, it would be cute to do different types of brooches. If you remember, if you were in the stream, I had 3 different brooches on my jacket, and it just elevates the style. It's just something that's trending that people are doing, and I think it's a very cute style, bringing back brooches. People can go look in there. They may have their grandmother's old brooches or something like that. You could thrift them. I've even seen them in stores like Burlington in a 3-pack. When I say 3-pack, they were different brooches, but they all look nice together. So this is actually a lot easier than the other way I was sewing this. So this is one of those times where sewing towards me is easier for me to stitch. So very, very nice. So I don't know. We'll see if I'm going to actually use this as it is, or cover it. Because then I have to figure out another, maybe I'll make a bucket hat to go with the other
With the
skirt.
other skirt.
So, and use this one. Because the sunflower and cow print is kind of cute for somebody. It looked like it could go with that
For summer.
for the summer. For summer. For the summer. It's a beautiful day here. What's the weather like where everyone is? Is it chilly? Is it warm? It is, I don't know what the temperature here is today, but it's very nice. It's not too hot. It's definitely not cold. And I'll let you see.
81.
Oh, it's 81 degrees here. I'm going to let you see how this is turning out, this stitching in through here, as opposed to that side that I was trying to stitch. I'm getting a little bit further here. So that's nice. And I know somebody was probably saying, man, I would have thrown some hot glue on that or some fabric glue and I'd be done already. It's been rainy here. Oh, okay. It's nice and sunny but cool. Okay. All right. It was rainy yesterday, I think, here.
Monday.
Monday.
Yes, they didn't know that.
So for those of you who have come into the stream, I have to stream 3 more times this month and I will make affiliate. So you best believe you're gonna see this face popping up. LOL, nah, it's not been fun, haha. Not with a toddler who needs all the fun. So let her go out in the rain for a minute. And then let her twirl and then bring her in and put her in the tub. You gotta have some rainy day fun. Put on some galoshes and let her go splash around in the puddles. Toddlers like that kind of stuff. Naps are like there's a commercial that talks about naps and how your Aunt Katie says that's her happy hour when she gets her naps. See, this is moving along a lot quicker. A lot quicker. I probably could have used the blue thread too. I would imagine when I get around galoshes, are we going adventuring with Paddleton Bear? Please tell that she fights the call of the naps hardcore. Okay. Yes, we are going on adventures with Paddington Bear. Who does the voice for Paddington Bear? Okay, this is coming out so much better. So Shadowhawk, what do you think? Did you see the hat, Glam Gal? I want you to weigh in too. Should I leave the hat as is and put some rhinestones to go with this whole vibe and put some rhinestones all around here? That was one idea, and then put this trim around it to go with the bustier and sell it like that. Can you see it? So I would put some rhinestones on it. So let me know in the chat. Anybody can chime. Definitely add some bling. Well, actually, I was gonna cover the sunflower. I was gonna cover the sunflower with denim, and it was gonna match. It was not match, but it was gonna coordinate with another denim belt that I was making. I wasn't really putting it with that, but it was Reaper's idea to just bling it up and then put it merchandise it with this outfit, which I think would be cute. So I might just get another hat. Definitely add some bling. Ben Winshaw does the voice for Paddington. Okay, yeah, I think it looks cute together. Okay, well we'll roll with that, because I did think it was a cute pattern. So I could do that. You know I love bling. I love bling. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I love bling. So Reaper, I hear that we're gonna find out some news from you. I saw in Discord that you said you had an announcement to make. I can't wait to hear what that announcement is. It must be super awesome. So I can't wait to hear the awesome news. So I had to make sure I don't miss out on that stream when you share the deets. I'm so excited and have been in a panic all day from excitement. Hey, that's the kind of excitement we love. We absolutely love. That's the kind of excitement we love. My thread is getting caught on my safety pins. That's why my clips would have been better. But like I said, you learn new techniques. Haha, why panic? Are you at the disco? That's funny. This was a test today too for my the stream, to see how well I could stream from here. So this is nice to know that sometimes I could stream from here. And you guys have got to let me know the quality of everything. Shadowhawk, I chimed in with the, haven't you people ever heard of closing that door? Oh, quality is great. Awesome. Awesome. That's awesome. Uh-oh. 10 and 2, 10 and 2. Keep your eyes on the wheel. Just need some music. Yeah, okay. I can do that. I can do that. I can add music. I'll add some music next time. But can you see this is looking a lot better? I'm getting a lot further stitching it that way. Be nice if I could have taken some pictures of someone modeling this. Let's go, new followers. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't see an alert probably because she's streaming from her iPad. Yes, I'm streaming from my iPad. So, because all of my equipment is in my So What studio at home. And this is my real live fashion studio where people come and I meet with them. I do consultations. I do styling. I do fittings in this studio. And so a lot goes on in this studio. Maybe she would have to stream from Streamlabs or Stream Elements instead of directly from the Twitch app. Well, welcome new followers. I appreciate the follow. And if there's anything that you would like to see me tackle, let me know in the chat. And I will definitely try to accommodate the challenge. And speaking of challenge, I heard that there's a new season of Project Runway that's getting ready to happen. I haven't really watched Project Runway in a long time, but I believe it's La Roche, Nina Garcia, and Christian Sirianni that is going to be on in the new Project Runway, or not new, but the new episodes of Project Runway. I may have to start watching it again. I haven't watched it in a long time. Thank you for the follow. Yes, thank you for the follow. Oh, Nina Garcia makes me mad. Why? Why? Why does she make you mad? What does she do? What does she do to make you mad? Do tell. I don't like the way that looks. What does Nina Garcia do? I haven't watched it in a long time either. So. I want to show you, I'm getting ready to rethread my needle, but this was the tie that was going to go with this, the ensemble that I'm working on with the belt. Like I did that other tie on stream. So that's my plan, to do a couple of ties, because I get a lot of compliments. I actually love that tie that I designed, and I would love to do another one. Oh, very cute. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to get back to my the painting though on the jacket. My goal is to do a workshop where people can come in and design a jacket, paint it, embroider on it, or do the vinyl designs on it, and just have like a nice little party workshop. That's what I'm looking forward to. So that is what I'm looking forward to. Now this is the part where I thought it was going to be easier to stitch, and it is not as easy because the material is so hard. Like I can't really bend it to make it flexible to bend to get the needle in and out. So it's not the sewing that's difficult. It's just the curve of the hat that makes it difficult. And I don't like, this is too fat. I know. That's just me. And the perfectionism. I just like for things to be uniform, and it wasn't coming out uniform. Thank you, Reaper. It's coming along so well. Thank you. I just wanted the edge to look even, and it was starting to look bulky. So I'm fixing that part. And I'm going to be getting out of here in a few minutes because I'm going to have to run. But I wanted to jump in and do a live because I will. This has been a great stream. Oh, thank you so much. I've enjoyed it. I feel a lot freer here because I'm not like, I feel like in my studio at home I'm like a little sardine because I don't have a lot of room in that sewing room. So I do feel a little bit more freedom here to showcase what I'm working on. So it's going to be great when I can film in here for my YouTube channel for the sewing info. And I think what I'm going to do is do a stitch to pull that in so that it curves without leaving little bumps. I heard you were doing a studio renovation soon. Yes, I am doing a studio, and it's not going to be a complete overhaul, but there are some things in here where I would love to change and upgrade, and the tables were just the start, because I just purchased these tables so that I would have more room up front, and then when people come in, because it was set up before like a bridal studio, a bridal salon, and after the pandemic I started focusing on a different type of look, and so I got rid of a lot of my furnishings and that were very bridal and started looking to do something a little bit different. So I'm still in that mode of trying to do something a little bit different and really utilizing it as a studio and teaching. So I think, let's see, we can, what I'm trying to do right now is ease a lot of the fabric in around the edge right here. You can see it kind of pucker a little, so I'm trying to ease that in. That's what I was saying I could have done on the machine, and I didn't do that on the machine, but easing that in. Hi, the Scissors rated me. Thank you so much. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome to So What 60. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you. I am working on a denim hat upcycle. I've been working on some pieces for a local show in my area, and I do a lot of different design work, but this particular design, I'm working on a hat that I found, and I'm upcycling to go with this ensemble here. So that'll go with that. It was Reaper's suggestion to keep the sunflower, and I'm gonna bling this up with some rhinestones. I'm sewing denim to the brim part. The brim had this same design like that. And so I'm covering the brim part with some denim from a pair of pants that we upcycled into a jean belt, which is what we're calling this right here, a jean belt. Thank you for having us. Oh, it's so lovely to have you here. Yes, it is. Thank you for joining in. And if there's something that you would like to see me create, drop it in the chat so that I'll know. I've been sewing for 20 plus years. I started out when I was 5 years old, designing and sewing my doll clothes. And then I graduated to sewing clothes for myself, went into my mom's closet, decided to upcycle. That was the first upcycle that I ever did. Before upcycling was cool, I went into her closet and I actually took a suit, a tweed suit. It was a yellow plaid, it was a plaid tweed. And I upcycled it to fit my size girl's 12 body. And when my mom got home, I modeled it for her. And she took this big gasp and said, "That's my good suit." I was like, "But you never wear this." She said, "That's because it's my good suit." And I was like, "Oh, was your good suit?" Haha, graduated to sewing your mom's favorite suit. I sure did. Oh, thank you, Reaper. Thank you. I appreciate that. Keeping my stream safe. Keeping those out that don't need to be in. So, for those of you who just joined the stream, check out my cute little peep. Isn't he cute? I got him from Joann's. Our Joann's has 3 more days before they close the doors permanently. Isn't it adorable? I saw it and I was like, you know what? I really don't need that, but I want it because it's so cute. And so that's how I bought it. And now it's like, okay, you bought it. You need to use it. Don't let it just sit around. Because I have all kinds of pin cushions, like little stuffed dogs. And I remember when I was teaching one day and one of my students saw my little dog a stuffed animal that I was using as a pin cushion. They're like, "Not the little doggy. You sticking pins in the little doggy? Oh, that's so cruel." Oh, it was so funny to me because I had been using it so long I didn't even think about it being a little stuffed animal and not a pin cushion. But he was just so adorable. And I have a little a pig pin cushion. Those are the best purchases, yes, when you don't need it but want it. LOL. Yes, yes, yes. Or you stand there justifying, oh, I can find a reason to need this. I know I don't really need it, but I can find a use for this. That's how I feel about the Dollar Tree. because I go in there and there's so much that I want that I don't need, and I stand there in the aisles. You didn't think about the optics. You had a cute pin cushion. Right. As so I go in the Dollar Tree and I stand there and I look at different things and I'm actually like, what can I use this for? You know, you're shopping when you don't need it, but you stand there trying to figure out a use for it. I know I can use this for something. And that's why I like the Instagram Dollar Tree hacks, because they're so cute. I actually saved one and went to my Dollar Tree looking for some of the pieces, and it's just hit or miss. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. You just have to go to your local Dollar Tree and see what works for you. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, oh well. So that's what I try to do. And I try to use different things for different purposes. And so it makes it nice. And it used to be really nice when they were truly the dollar store. Now you go in there and it's like, okay, is this $5? Is this $1.25? Because there's nothing. Well, I won't say nothing. The cards are now $2 for $1. Some of the greeting cards. I found some cute organization cubes at my Dollar Tree. Oh, nice, very nice. I found a cute pegboard, a little plastic pegboard for little things for when we do shows at the Dollar Tree. So that was nice. That was really nice. So I'll let you see what I'm doing. Stitching the bottom of the hat. I put the denim on top, and I am going to put this trim around the brim, and then I'm going to put rhinestones all on here, and it's going to go with this little ensemble here that will display just like that at the show. So I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that. And actually, I had cut this part. I was going to cover the front and do the complete front covered until Reaper suggested, hey, why don't you make that to go with that? It's going to be very cutesy, very demure. Yes, it is. Thank you for your suggestion. I am happy that you made the suggestion. Very happy that you made the suggestion. It's taken me a little longer though to sew around this brim. It wasn't supposed to take this long. And you know what? That's the thing about sewing that a lot of non-sewers don't realize, especially when they want to have something made. They'll say, oh, I saw this cute little dress, and I was wondering if you could make it for me. And it's not that much work. And my eyebrow always get raised when they say it's not that much work. It's like, okay, because even a simple dress can take hours to sew. It just depends on what the style is. I need my little needle again. So I'm going to go back to stitching that. I miss I do miss my Be Right Back sign, my little screen, and my starting soon streaming with the IRL. But this has been cool because I didn't know if I'd be able to stream from this location, so I'm happy that I'm able to stream. Because a lot of days I'm in here working on stuff, and I think and say to myself, wow, this would have been a cool stream as I'm 4 hours into what I'm working on, especially when I'm working on my dress form designing. That's the part that I think would be a cool stream as well. So, but hey guys, Elgato we can get that all set up. Awesome. Elgato has a mobile app. Oh, really? So would I need my Stream Deck to be able to do it, or it's all mobile? How does it work? I like my Elgato Stream Deck. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, good, good.
Nope, just need your phone to control. Well, my phone is about to die, and but I am going to be streaming tomorrow again. So you're welcome to join me tomorrow at 6, I think 6:30, and I'm gonna be working on my anime jacket that I've been painting. That's what I started, and that's what I'm going to be working on. 6:30, yes, p.m. Tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. Yes. So thank you everybody for joining the stream. It's been fun and I've enjoyed it. And again, if there's anything that you want to see me do, please drop it in the chat. Let me know and tell your friends about SW60 and come join the stream. We have a blast. Thank you, Reaper. Thank you. Awesome stream. Thank you, Shadowhawk. I appreciate it. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. We're going to make this go. Yeah. We're going to make it work. So, nice to see you guys. Do I need to hit right now?